Okay, this is the demonstration for the mid-quarter exam Illustrator portion of your test. So I want you guys to go to Illustrator and you're going to open a new document. You're going to title it like we do everything, period, whatever your period is, exam, last name, first name, make sure it's letter sized, portrait orientation, CMYK mode, hit OK. And I want you guys to draw a letter using the pen tool. So you can go ahead and click and hold and pull those tools out so you can see them. You're going to use the pen tools and the direct selection and selection tools. And you're also going to use your swatches and your layers panel. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to draw a letter that has both curved and straight lines because I want you to be able to show me that you can do both. And it's also going to have an I in the letter, meaning it's going to have a hole. So I'm going to show you how to draw the letter P. So it's going to start off with a straight line. So I'm going to click once and let go. Click a second time. If you hold down the shift, it'll make sure your line is straight. And then to the right, I'm going to click and pull to get that curved line. And then I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to click a second time. And then I'm going to hold down my shift key, and look, that guide is trying to show me that I'm lined up correctly. So I'm going to click again. And then I'm going to hover over this bottom anchor until I see the open circle. That means I'm about to close my path. I'm going to click on that. It's really important to close your paths because that's how you can fill them with color. I want you to make this entire letter with one line, not a bunch of small lines. I want this to be all one line, and you should be able to see it in your layers panel on the right here as all one path, okay? And you know it's closed when you can fill it with color. So you need to look over here on the left, make sure that the fill is in the front, okay? That solid square is in the front, and you're going to choose a color, doesn't matter which one, and you're going to fill it with color, okay? And then you want to make sure it has a stroke, which is the outline. So you're going to go back over here, and you're going to switch it so that the outline is in the front, and you're going to choose another color, and it should outline. It's a little hard to see right now because I'm automatically, the stroke is set to 1 point, so I'm going to beef it up a little bit so you can see it. So now we're at like 5 points. Okay, so you've got the outline of the P. If you need to refine your shape, you can go in with the direct selection tool and hover over an anchor point and move that one anchor point. If you're having trouble just selecting 1 point, you want to click on your artboard somewhere and then go back and hover until you see that anchor, and then you can click on it and move it. Okay. And then I want to draw the inside of the P now, the hole in the P, the I. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and lock the shape I already drew because I don't want to mess it up. I'm going to go back and get my pen tool again. I'm going to start just like I did for the outside. I'm going to do click and let go. That line guide is going to help me line things up. Hold down the shift, click and let go. Click over here and pull. Then I'm going to go back to that anchor so I can see that open circle, and I'm going to click to close my path. Okay? So over here on the right, you can see I have two different shapes now. All right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these shapes into a compound path. You need to have a compound path for this assignment. So you want to undo the lock, and you can go to your selection tool, the black arrow. You're going to draw a line around everything so everything is selected. You can see that everything is selected over here in your layers panel because there are little blue dots. And you're going to go to Object, Compound Path, Make. All right. And now it looks like a P. The color came out of the center. And on the side over here, you can see that it's all one shape now. It's not two shapes anymore. All right. So in order to get a good grade on this portion of the exam, you need to draw this with the pen tool. I'm going to give you the letter to draw. There should be straight and curved lines. It should have, you should be able to fill it with color. You should be able to stroke with color. So you should have two colors in your assignment. And you should have a compound path, and it'll say compound path in the layers panel. Okay? You can also release this. What I do not want you to do is to lay two shapes on top of one another. When I release it, you can see that I have two shapes again. What I do not want is for you to take the top shape and fill it with white. Okay? It looks the same as the other one, but it's not the shape. It's not the same. These are not one shape. These are two shapes lying on top of one another. Okay? This is not correct. All right? So in order to get a good grade on this part of the exam, you need to select everything. And again, you need to go to Object, Compound Path, Make. Okay? Be sure you title it correctly in the beginning, period, exam, last name, first name, and then you're going to drop it in the Dropbox like everything else. Okay?